If I didn't think he was attractive before, he has just fucking tipped the scale because give me that man. Welcome, bitches, one and all, to my reaction to Season 4, Episode 9 of Skam OG. Now, last time we had two big reveals at the end. The first one was the messages between Noura and Youssef, to which we found out that there isn't actually anything going on between them. They're not talking to each other because they're in a relationship. They're talking to each other about Sana, because it was revealed that Youssef actually has had feelings for Sana this whole time, and it was so interesting to see the parallels of Youssef's thoughts on everything and Sana's, because we've seen Sana, we've seen her go through all of it. So to see the messages of what he was thinking at that time was just, it was mind-blowing, but it was so well done. Like, I loved that. But then the second reveal was Sana was just about to say to Noura, I have something to tell you, please don't be mad. Then William turned up and said thanks for the email. So for me, I think that Sana might have sent an email to William pretending to be Noura, and it's caused him to come over. If that is the case, Sana, that is very bad, and I can see Noura being very upset by that, so I don't know how this episode is going to go. I assume that they're going to make up, because typically with Skam, the episode before the finale, we're not talking about the fact that I've only got one episode left. I'm not thinking about it. But anyway, the episode before the finale tends to wrap up a lot of the drama, and then the finale tends to be a sort of nice wrap-up for the character's story, so I hope that that's the case this time. I know that it's 48 minutes long, which is huge for a Skam episode, so I am very excited to get into it, and yeah, without further ado, let's go.
Noura, please ring me.
Oh, she's not talking to her. I mean, if it is the case that she has sent that email pretending to be her, then I completely understand.
Men herregud, jeg jo bare inne I den der penthousen til han der William og pule fra seg. Kommer hun tilbake når hun nypult, hun vesle rause jenta mi?
Lovely.
Jeg sendte en mail til William.
Oh, you did do it, Sana. Oh, I was holding out a little bit of hope.
Sendte mail fra Noras konto til William. Ok, hva skrev du?
Jeg elsker deg, og hvis du elsker meg, kom til Oslo.
Oh, Sana, what the fuck?
Her har vi gått rundt og trampet I sånn her selvmedlidende kjærlighetssorg I 8 måneder, og så var det mail som skulle til for å sende. Det skal du ikke ha dårlig samvittighet for, det var ganske bra gjort.
It depends on your outlook. You can say that it's a good thing because it might repair things and it might make her happy, but you went behind her back and you sent an email from her own account. Like, you're violating her privacy, you're violating your friendship. Like, it's a big deal.
Jeg gjorde det ikke egentlig for Noras skyld.
Did you do it because you thought she was with Youssef and you wanted Youssef? Because then it makes it even worse.
Jeg trodde at hun hadde blitt sammen med en gutt jeg liker.
Oh, Sada, it's even worse. Oh, God.
Jeg var sammen med en som, og det et år siden nå, som det var veldig bra forhold. Andre ting, som viktige ting, som voksne ting, som liv og mennesker og sånn. Og da var vi veldig uenige. Så konklusjonen egentlig det at sånn forhold mellom ikke-religiøs og religiøs, det vanskelig.
I think it's hard between any relationship. I think when you're in the start of a relationship, you're on a huge high and you're like so into it. But when you come back down to reality and you actually think about the future with this person and you start discussing those things, it happens with every relationship. I don't think it matters about being religious or not. People just are different. Oh no. I hope it's positive. I hope that they're like repairing their relationship or breaking up, but it ends up positive. I hope that it isn't that she's staying away because she's upset. Oh, she's going to him.
Hadde du det gøy på bursdagen til Eva?
Ja, jeg hadde det dritfett. Du da?
I mean, it was great until the end.
Jeg pratet med Noura da.
Lørdag?
Hvor skal du?
Tyrkia.
Oh my God, they're going to Turkey?
Blir du lenge?
You got to tell him how you feel before he goes then.
Jeg tror ikke du skal bekymre deg nå. Jeg tror det helt fint.
That's either Tuesday or Thursday, which they haven't heard from her for that long, because that was Sunday before.
Faen, den bilen til William så cheesy.
Oh. Is she there? I think I see blonde hair.
She's alive.
There she is. And she's happy. I still don't like him. I still don't like him. And with how much love I have for Noura, to see her with him, I don't like it. Yeah, you can stop touching each other now. Can we please break this up? If I was Sana, I'll just walk away. I've had enough. I've had enough.
Altså, jeg føler bare, nå føler jeg at At vi har bare fått snakke om alt, ja, nå.
There you go. That's exactly what we've been wanting this whole time.
Sana var kors. Det er det beste du har gjort.
Oh, yay. She sees it as a positive thing. Is Sana ever going to reveal the real reason she did it?
Herregud, hvordan gikk det med Josef?
I mean, it depends what you mean. Nothing really happened.
Jeg vet ikke helt. Men dere snakket sammen, eller?
They talked. They definitely talked.
Og han er ikke muslim, og... Men du må jo bare snakke med han.
Exactly.
Bare snakk med han før han drar. Jeg har ikke nummeret hans. Så skriv på Face. Vi er ikke venner på Facebook. Men herregud, Sanna. Add han da.
Thank you, Nura. I've had enough of this girl making excuses. Come on.
Vil du finne på noe med meg?
She's like, what are you writing? Hey!
Bra!
Things are moving. Imagine if he says no, though. That would be so awkward.
Nå er det bare å gå og gjemme seg, vente på sommeren og vente på sommeren. Sånn.
Oh, yeah.
Det er meg og Nora på kafé.
Rød leppestift.
Hun er alltid på rød leppestift.
Ja.
I love that they're like best friends now. It's so nice to see. Especially when you look back to the start of the whole series.
Det så veldig morsom ut.
Ja, hun er kjempekul.
Oh, she never actually talked about her friends to her mum before? Uh-oh. 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 Code red. Code red. Code red. Run. Run.
Og
I don't know what to say.
det er bilde av...
Yeah. Let's just skip that part. Oh, I feel so awkward that her mum saw that. That's like worst case scenario when you're talking to someone.
Fine bilder.
Jeg liker Josef.
Oh shit, she went for it.
Og
Is she gonna say he's not Muslim?
han er ikke muslim.
Here we go. How is this gonna go?
Og nå skal dere finne på noe sammen.
Is she actually being happy about it for her?
Jeg vet at islam sier at jeg ikke kan gifte meg med han. Men jeg klarer ikke å skjønne hvorfor, fordi Josef er en skikkelig bra person.
He is. He embodies all of the same things, so...
Du er bare 17 år. Du skal jo ikke gifte deg ennå.
Ok, om 3 år da.
Yeah, but
Hvis
like...
jeg fortsatt liker Josef, hvorfor kan ikke jeg gifte meg med han?
Jo, men når man er så ung, så tror man at forelskelse og kjærlighet er det samme.
I agree, but I think she's saying this out of a dismissive way of thinking. Infatuation and love are different, and when you're younger, infatuation is a lot stronger. However, using that as a reason for go be with this guy and then you'll find your husband
Det
later
handler
on.
også om å ha et menneske ved din side gjennom hele livet, uansett hva det bringer. Og du som er så sterk i din tro, jeg tror det blir ganske ensomt for deg hvis det er bare du som tror i forholdet.
There is also that as well. I don't disagree with that. But everyone shares different interests.
Og da tror jeg det er viktig at du har et menneske ved siden av deg som minner deg litt på hvorfor du er muslim.
And he can. He may not follow the same faith, but he is such a good person that it reinforces the values that she's trying to
Skjønner du hva jeg
uphold.
mener?
So I did like that conversation. I think she has a lot of good points. However, some of it just felt a bit off. I like that she wasn't overly aggressive. I like that she wasn't like, no, Sana, you can't do this. Don't be with him. You need to stay away from him. We need to find you a good Muslim boy. I like that she was like, listen, do what you want. You're still young. But it still felt a bit dismissive. It felt a little bit like, go be with him now and then you'll find your husband later on, you know? It didn't feel like be with whoever you want, which is what I want. However, she had some good points. It might feel lonely being the only believer in your relationship. However, she can have friends to support that. She can have people in her life to support those beliefs. It doesn't necessarily have to be him. And then even him himself, he upholds all of the same beliefs. He just doesn't follow the same faith. So if she's looking at someone to remind her why she is this way and why she follows these beliefs, he's perfect. He upholds all of the same values that will remind her of the values she upholds. So I don't really agree with that part, but I appreciate how that was a positive conversation rather than a negative one. Oh, they're literally hanging out the day before he leaves. Don't backtrack. Don't you dare backtrack, Sana. No! Sana! No! Oh Oh, my heart. That's so annoying. I get why she did it, but fuck's sake. Hell yeah. Test drive. Go on the bus, drive over to his house, go get him. I wonder what their response to that will be. I'm intrigued as well. True. Problem with something like Fate is, it's very hard to make that kind of argument because you could argue that he came into your life so that you learn to stay away. You know, like you could use Fate to any side that you want. That's why it's such a tricky thing. I'm glad that she took their, like, advice, though. Come on. Call him. Text him. Come on, please. Please.
Halla?
Hei.
Halla?
Is he not free anymore?
Hva du gjør nå?
Ikke noe spesielt.
Oh, promising.
Jeg var lurt på om du kanskje hadde lyst til å møtes likevel?
Jeg har egentlig laget andre planer.
Oh.
Jeg kødder da, så klarer du ikke å møtes.
Hey! You bastard.
At jeg skal møte da.
You bastard. Oh. Careful of swans. Those fuckers are nasty.
Du vet, de kan bite fingeren og sånn. Jeg er jævlig redd, altså. Jeg er dritredd for det der.
They are assholes.
5, 4, 3.
2.
I don't know what they're counting down, to be honest. Did I miss something?
Det er nok sånn da. Helt.
Oh, it was the end of the fast, was it? Okay, now I get it. Now I get it. Now I get it.
Er du sulten?
Ja, jeg er dritsulten.
Go get some food.
Tror du ikke jeg har med?
Oh,
Jeg drar ikke på en date med en jente som har fastet 19 timer uten å ta mat. Ikke la meg...
I love him so much.
Det er det sykken er til.
I literally this whole time I've been like, why has he got a backpack on when they're just going out?
Ser du? Jeg kan være et godt menneske selv om jeg ikke faster.
We know you're a good person, don't you worry.
Det er fortsatt en uke igjen av Ramadan da. Så kan vi bruke den uken til å gjøre noe godt igjen.
Sant.
It does show that he is understanding of her religion, and it's like what her mum was saying, and he's backing it up. He can be there for her. He brought her food when she was finishing her fast. He's telling her there's a week left of Ramadan, you can still do good. Like, he's supporting her.
Så hver gang jeg opplever noe som minner meg om det, da, så bare, vet ikke, så bare går jeg helt i svart. Men jeg driver og øver meg på å tenke at folk ikke har fordommer mot islam. Det er litt vanskelig, ass.
Yeah, I can understand why it would be.
Til og med du mener jo at religion splitter samfunnet.
Altså, helt ærlig, så tror jeg at samfunnet hadde vært splittet uansett.
I mean, you got over 7 billion people on the planet. No one's going to get along and have the exact same values.
Det første du ser etter er jo de du kjenner, så du kan stå sammen med dem, for å ikke stå der alene.
Yeah, you find your tribes, you find the people that you relate to.
Alle tror de er på lag med de gode, men egentlig så finnes ikke noe som er god eller ondt, liksom. Det finnes bare masse mennesker som prøver å stå sammen i grupper, for å ikke være alene.
I love this conversation.
Så du sier at alle mennesker er helt like?
I think everyone's the same. There are definitely differences in there, but we're all human. We all have the same base drives. No one wants to be alone in life. If you do want to be alone in life, it's normally because you have had a traumatic event.
Ja, det er kanskje derfor samfunnet trenger religion, da. Demokrati er ikke bygget på ideen om at alle mennesker er ulike. Det er bygget på ideen om at alle mennesker er like mye verdt. Og den ideen kommer ikke fra vitenskapen, akkurat.
Yeah. It's true. I remember reading that most of the basis of most of the moral values that modern societies have are from religions. So it's not all good and bad. It's just a mix.
Gå rundt og late som om det ikke finnes noen fordommer. Det du må heller gjøre er liksom vis hva islam er.
I didn't think he was attractive before. He has just fucking tipped the scale because give me that man.
Du skjønte poenget. Altså, tror du på at alt dette her er helt tilfeldig? Ja eller nei?
Nei.
Nei.
Så når drar du i morgen?
Morgen tidlig. Men jeg kommer tilbake da.
Yeah, he will. It's genuinely so nice to see Sana happy. Like the way he looks at her, come on. Is that the end? I only have one more episode of Skam left. I don't want to accept that yet. But anyway. That was just such a beautiful episode. We have so much development for Sana. We saw so much vulnerability from her, which is probably if you had asked me in season 3 what my issues with Sana were, like what my biggest gripes about her character were, it was simply that she wasn't open enough. She didn't discuss her feelings, her thoughts. She just wasn't vulnerable with anyone. And so to see her this season, she even started the season that way, and to see her end it off like this is just absolutely beautiful, and I'm so happy for her. But yeah, the episode. So no one could hear from Nora at the start. We didn't know where she was. We didn't know what she was doing. She was gone for 4 days without telling anyone, which is very bad, Nora. Don't do that again, because people could literally call the police to wonder where you are. But it turns out that she was just with William. They were having a great time. I don't know how I feel about it, because I was never a fan of William. When I watched season 2, him and Nura, I just didn't like them together. It felt off. It felt like he wasn't good enough for her. He felt too, I don't know how to describe it. I always got a bad vibe from him. And so I never liked them together. So to see them now patch up and be happy together, okay, as long as she's happy, it's fine with me. Like, I'm not going to say I don't want her to be with him when she's obviously the happiest we've ever seen her. But I don't know. It just scares me for their future, given that I don't trust him and I don't like him. So we then moved on to Sana and Nura sitting on the steps and discussing everything. And Nura finally got Sana to actually message Yusef and ask him to go on a date with her, which is something that I've wanted Sana to do this whole time. And the fact that she was actually able to pluck up the courage to do it, proud of her. So proud of her. So we then moved on to the scene where Sana was talking to her mum in the kitchen about her friends. And it was so nice again to see her open up to people, especially her mum, because it seems as though she used to be more open to her mum, but she got closed off over the years. And the fact that this whole time we've been watching Skam, she has not mentioned her friends to her mum is crazy to me. So I'm glad to see them actually bonding a bit more. But a message popped up from Yusef saying, yeah, great, let's meet on Friday. And it gave Sana the courage to actually say to her mum that she likes Yusef. And they had a very interesting conversation about marrying a person who isn't of the faith. And I don't know where I stand. I don't know how I feel about that conversation, because I liked that the mum wasn't very aggressive with it. She wasn't very much like, no, Sana, you can't, stay away from him. She was more so along the lines of, you're so that young that you don't even need to think about marriage yet, which I agree with, but it depends on where you're taking that. If you're saying that from the point of view of just have fun with him now, you can find your husband later, then I have a problem, because it's just very dismissive. But if you're saying that in the sense of, you're so young, don't even think about it now, we can deal with these issues later, okay, that's a bit better. It just depends on her point of view, and I didn't really know what vibe she was giving off. But it was still a very interesting conversation. It made Sana think about a few things. But the points that she brought up, I think are valid, but I don't think they can apply to Yusef, because he has all the same values as Sana. He has all of the same values of the Muslim faith. He just doesn't follow the faith itself. So if she's ever doubting her faith and doubting God, it's not like he's going to not be there for her, because he has these values. He shares the values. She can look at him, see such a good person, and think, this is why I do what I do. This is why I follow this faith, because it makes me a good person like him. And then also you look at the idea of him not knowing about her religion. He does. She finished her fast and he had food waiting. She was talking about not being a good person during Ramadan, and he said there's still a week left. You can be a good person. He's so supportive of her faith, and he's not dismissive of her faith. So while I agree with her mum's argument, I don't think it can apply to Yusef. He's like the perfect man. So that's where I stand on that, but I'm not going to dismiss what her mum had to say, because she had some good points. So from there, she cancelled it with Yusef, which you can understand, because her mum did put that into her head and put it into her head that she shouldn't do it. But luckily she talked to the girls. They gave her a different point of view, a more positive point of view, and it convinced her to message him again, to which they actually went on their date, which that date was so beautiful and so cute. Like, you can just tell that they're meant for each other. Maybe, when I say meant for each other, I'm not someone who believes in being with someone for the rest of your life, because things change, people change. And while I would love to find someone that I would be with for the rest of my life, it's not something that I'm positive will happen. But at their current point in life, seeing how happy they are together, you can tell that they're meant for each other right now. And I don't think anyone can deny that. Now, they did have a conversation when they were on the steps, which sort of backed up what I was saying about the conversation with her mum, where he doesn't have to be part of the faith to support her, and he doesn't have to be part of the faith for her to love him, you know? They share a lot of the same values. He may not believe in God the way that she does, but is that needed? Does that need to be? She can have Muslim friends. She can have people in her life who follow the same faith. He doesn't have to be the perfect man in every single aspect, because that's not life. Life isn't like that. You have found such an amazing man, someone who is such a kind, sweet person. Fucking jump at it, Sana. Like, don't let that hold you back, because you're just going to end up being unhappy later on in life. You should just do whatever you need to do right now to be happy. That's the way I see it. But he's obviously gone on holiday. He's going to Turkey. He's going to be gone for a while. So I hope that when he comes back, they are still on good terms. I think they will be. I don't think anything will happen. Like I said, it's only the finale next episode. God, I don't even want to think about it. And the Skam finales usually are drama-free. They're just everyone coming back together and you seeing all the characters together, all being happy. You tie up the end of the season to move on to the next. This one will be different because there isn't a next season. And I think that's why it's 60 minutes. It's a whole hour long because we're truly tying up everything. We're leaving these characters behind. It makes me upset. It makes me sad that we're at the end of Skam now, but to see Sana go through this journey and to be so happy, it was worth watching. It was worth me plucking up the courage to finally finish the show. But yeah, anyway, I believe that covers everything, so on to question time. So our first and only question, what do you think about Sana's season? I have loved it. I've loved every second of it. There have been times where she's made mistakes, but we're all human. I'm not expecting Sana to not make mistakes. And it's nice to see that she's learnt from them. And it's so nice to see the growth. Like, the start of season 4 Sana, yes, you can argue that season 1 Sana is so much different to season 4 Sana because her friends have helped and changed her. But season 4, episode 1 Sana was so different to what we've just seen. We've just seen a Sana who's being open, honest, talking about her past, talking about her feelings, and just being vulnerable with someone, which is something that Sana has not been able to do in the past. So just seeing that character growth alone is absolutely beautiful. And the season as a whole, I've liked that we've got development for most people. Chris, we haven't really got much of. Eva, we haven't really got much of. We've seen a bit of Vilda, but the only ones that we've really focused on are Isak, Nura, and Sana, which I'm pretty sure Nura and Isak are my two favorite characters. So I'm not going to be mad that they were like the two sub-characters of this season. But I would have liked to see more development for everyone. But this is Sana's season. Even though it's the last one, it still follows the same general path of the others. You have a main character. There's some development in the background for others, but this is her season. And yeah, I've loved it. I really have loved it. The fact that we've only got one episode left, it makes me sad, but I'm happy that I convinced myself to watch this because it's been such a beautiful season and it's really changed my view of Sana as a character because we've had a lot of development for her. We've seen her happy, we've seen her open, we've seen her honest, and it's just been really nice to see. But yeah, anyway, that was another fantastic episode. One left, which I'm excited for, but I'm sad, but we gotta do it. We're gonna get there. And yes, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon. We're able to find the early and uncut reactions to Skam OG and all the other shows that I do. If you enjoyed my reaction, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.